Tina slowly, slowly. We be working all day long, the push us bunny. We ain't playing no games, Sabatavi, Gani.
Hello guys, we are still busy with trigonometric values represented by letters. So today we are doing these questions. This question, they are saying if cos 55 degrees is equals to p, determine the value of cos 5 in terms of p. Remember, when you are dealing with trigonometric values represented by letters, you must remember your Pythagoras, your cofunctions, your reduction, your compound angles, so, and your double angles, obvious. So here guys, whenever we're dealing with this, I need to apply Pythagoras first. That's what I need to do. So I'm given cos 55 degrees equals to p. We know here we have 1. So we know that the definition of cos is an adjacent over hypotenuse. Understand? So it's a must that I have to find my opposite to get marks. So I'm going to apply a diagram here. So this diagram is going to be presented on which quadrant? First quadrant. So this is 90. Then here we're gonna have 55 as my reference angle. So we know that guys, a sum of angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So if we say 180 minus 90 minus 55, then we get here 35. So guys, for argument's sake, let's call this angle A, this one angle B, this angle C. So the opposite side of 55 degrees is AC. The adjacent side of 55 degrees is BC. Obvious, the hypotenuse is BA, because hypotenuse is always the side that is opposite to 90 degrees. So in this case, guys, in order for me to remember the definition of trigonometry, I will apply SOHCAHTOA. So we know that cos is an adjacent over hypotenuse. So in this case, your adjacent here is P. So I'm going to put P, your hypotenuse is 1. Then you find your opposite using Pythagoras theorem. So you're going to have r squared is equal to x squared plus y squared. So your r is BA, which is 1. Your x is this side, which is BC. So I'm going to have P plus y squared. So then 1 squared, it's 1. Then P is going to be P squared. Then you transpose P to this side. Then you are going to have minus P squared equals to y squared. So what's the next step, guys? We introduce the square root of both sides. So we know that your y is going to be 1 minus a p squared. So here, guys, we have 1 minus a p squared. So now, guys, let's try to answer the question. We're looking for cos 5. So, guys, if I'm looking for cos 5, how can I get cos 5 here? We don't have cos 5, guys. But if I think of my special angles, I have 30, I have 45, I have 60. So we are going to use, guys, these angles, 55 and 35 degrees, or this one, your special angles. So you don't create your own number here. It's either you use these angles, or you use your special angles, or your reductions, so or your cofunctions. So here, guys, I'm going to say cos, if I say 60 minus 55, so 60 minus 55 still give me 5. Understand? So same applies if we say, so we said 60 minus 55 still gives us 5. So now you are going to consider this one as your A and this one is your B. What do you see now? What do you see? You see your compound angle. So the compound angle of cos, start by saying co, which is cos. It's going to be cos 60, cos 55. Then cos, guys, changes the sign. So this sign is going to change to become positive sine 60, sine 55. So we know that, guys, cos 60 is a special angle. So cos 60, it's a what? It's half. Then cos 55, guys, we are going to use your diagram. So, but fortunately, cos 55 was given to be equals to what? To p. So I'm going to substitute a p plus then sine 60. Sine 60, guys, is square root of 3 over 2. So this is square root of 3 over 2. Then sine 55, we have to use the diagram, guys. So sine, it's a opposite over hypotenuse. So in this case, your opposite, you already calculated your opposite side. So it's going to be this side over your hypotenuse, which is AC over BA. So it's going to be square root of 1 minus p squared. Understand? Over 1. So this is the same as p over 2 plus square root of 3 times square root of 1 minus p squared over 2. Can you see that the denominator is the same? So we take one denominator and we add the numerators. So it's going to be p plus, since we're multiplying, guys, the square roots here, I'm going to take one square root and multiply what is inside. So I'm going to say 3 times 1 is going to be 3. 3 times minus p squared is going to be minus 3 p squared. So this is my final answer for cos 5. Understand? So let's see what we have. The next question. So the next question, we are given this one. They are saying that here, if cos 42 is equal to t, without using a calculator, write the following expression in terms of t. Guys, when they say without use of using a calculator, they don't mean that you must take your calculator away from you. So sure guys, so we are given cos 42 is equal to t. So then I have to apply again, guys, here my diagram. I will solve these questions with the aid of a diagram. I need to apply first Pythagoras. So I'm going to draw my diagram, guys. So here, so this is 90 degrees. What do we have here? We have 42. So guys, you can put your 42 here, it doesn't matter, but you need to be able to make your definitions. So then the sum of angles in a triangle add up to what? To 180 degrees. So we're going to say 180 minus 90 minus 42. So then here we have 48. So let's call again, guys, this angle as A, and this one as your B, and this one is your C. Remember, guys, cos is still adjacent over hypotenuse. So in this case, your adjacent now, it's what? Is t, your hypotenuse is 1. Then you find AC using Pythagoras. Remember, this side represent y. So I'm going to say here r squared is equal to x squared plus y squared. Your r, it's 1, guys. Your x is t. Your y is y squared. Then 1 squared, it's 1. T squared is t. Then we transpose, guys. T squared to this side becomes negative a t squared. Understand? So then we have y squared this side. Then you introduce your square root. So therefore your y is equal to square root of 1 minus a t squared. So now on this side, guys, we have square root of 1 minus a t squared. So then we can try to answer one question. Number 1, they want sine 48, guys. So sine 48. So fortunately, guys, we do have 48 in this diagram. So sine, guys, if you apply soccer at all, sine is an opposite over hypotenuse. Remember, now we're using 48. So your opposite side is going to be t, because opposite side of 48 degrees is this one, but your hypotenuse will remain the same. So it's going to be t over 1, which is the same as t. Then we answer number 2. So what do number 2 says? Cos 84. Okay, then guys, you need to ask yourself, do you have 84 there? No, but 84 is an even number. Let's try to divide by 2 and see what we have. What do we get? 84 divided by 2, we get 42. But we do have a 42 here, so which means this is the double angle, this one. So it's going to be cos 2 into 42 degrees. So if this is a double angle, guys, remember your double angle has 3 personalities. So I'm going to pick the one that has cos here, because I already know cos 42 is equal to t, or you can take sine, you will get the same answer, you will see. So if I take 2 cos squared 42 degrees minus 1, we know that, guys, we put squared outside, we have minus 1. We know that cos 42 was given to be equals to t. Then I will have a t here. So therefore, your final answer for cos 84 degrees is going to be 2t squared minus 1. Understand? So, or guys, if I decided to choose maybe 1 minus 2 sine squared 42 degrees. So we know that 1 minus 2, then we know that sine 42, guys, sine is an opposite over hypotenuse. So your opposite side is this one, this side. So I'm going to have square root of 1 minus p squared, then all squared. So let me write or. So I have here 1 minus 2. Remember, this squared will cancel this root. You're going to be left with 1 minus p squared inside. So which is 1 minus, then you open the bracket. You say negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 times negative p squared is positive 2p squared. Then you collect the like terms. So then you're going to have a 2p squared, then 1 minus 2. That's negative 1. So this answer, guys, is the same with this answer. So are we together? So let's see the number 3. Okay, guys, we allocated the marks here. Number 1 was 2 marks. Number 2, this one, was 3 marks. Then we have this one, which is 5 marks. So we are looking for cos 72 degrees. So guys, we don't see 72 here, but 72 is an even number. Even if I say 72 divided by 2, I don't get the value that we have here, or the angle that we have here. So if I don't get the angle that we have, I must think of my compound angles. So my compound angle, guys, I'm going to say cos, then let's see, we have 72. If I say 30 plus 42, or 42 plus 30, then we get 72. So I'm going to say here 42 plus 30. Remember, guys, 30 is your special angle. So now we have A and a B. So we have to expand this compound angle. So I'm going to have cos 42 cos 30. Remember, cos, guys, changes the sign. So it's going to be minus a sine 42 sine 30. So guys, we do know that cos 42 was given to be equals to what? To t. So I'm going to put t. Then we know that cos 30, guys, is a special angle. So cos 30, it's what? It's square root of 3 over 2. You can use your diagrams that you learned from in grade 11, minus sine 42. Sine 42, guys, we can find sine 42 using the diagram. So sine 42 is an opposite over hypotenuse. So it's going to be this square root over 1. So we're going to put the square root here, 1 minus t squared. Then sine 30, guys, is a special angle, so it's going to be half. So in this case, guys, we have 1 here. It's going to be square root of t times square root of 3 times t over 2 minus this one. We have 1 here. It's going to be negative 1 minus t squared over 2. You see that, guys, the denominator here is the same. We're going to take one denominator and add the numerators or subtract the numerators. So it's going to be 1 minus t squared. So this is your final answer, guys, for cos 72. Understand? So let's do the last one. So, okay, hope you are good, guys. So we're doing this one, guys. So interesting. So guys, I'm going to do number 1, number 2, number 3, then number 4, then we are done for the day. So guys, if cos 13 plus sine 13 equals to m, right guys, so strange but interesting. Cos 13 plus sine 13 is equals to m. Determine the following in terms of m. 1, sine 26, cos 26, sine 52, cos raised by 4 13 minus sine raised by 4 13. All right guys, listen to me. So here guys, in order for me to answer this one, I have to make a single trig ratio here. So what must I do in order for me to get one single trig ratio? So if we were having 0 here, I was going to transpose sine to other side or cos to other side so that I can divide both sides by sine so that I can get tan. But in this case, I have the number here, the unknown, which is m. So I'm going to square both sides because I want to get a double angle because these angles are the same. So if I get this, if I expand this, I'm going to get, guys, cos squared 13 plus, then you get 2 times cos 13 is 2 cos 13 times sine 13, which is 2 sine 13 cos 13. So sine squared 13 equals to m squared. Right guys, do you know, remember your square identity? So we know that cos squared 13 plus sine squared 13 is going to give us 1. So I'm going to have 1 plus. Can you see now? This is your double angle. So if you consider this one as your A and your A, or your X and the X, it is expanded. Now I need to reduce. So I'm going to have sine 2 inside 13 degrees equals to m squared. So which is 1 plus sine, then you say 2 times 13, which is 26 degrees is equal to m squared, right? So we transpose 1 to that side, so therefore sine 26 degrees is equal to m squared minus 1. So now this is sine 26. So can you see that, guys? We already calculated number 1. So this number 1, guys, will help us to get all the other angles. So which means I'm going to start here with the A. I'm going to use this one to illustrate my my opposite side. I'm going to use this angle to find other questions. So I'm going to illustrate this one on the diagram. So this is something like this. So I have my angle now is 26, guys. So I have 90, then we say 180 minus 90 minus 26. Now we have 64. So sine, guys, is opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite now is m squared minus 1, then it's 1. Then we find your adjacent. If you can call this one A and a B, we find adjacent using a Pythagoras. Bear in mind, guys, this is number 1, this one, because we managed to get sine 26. So in order for us to answer number 2, they need cos. Remember, guys, if you say soccer, Toya, cos, guys, need an adjacent. So it's a must that we have to calculate BC. So I'm going to say r squared is equal to x squared plus y squared. So your r in this case is 1. Your x we don't know. But your y, it's m squared minus 1. Then all squared, good. Okay, guys? So 1 squared, it's 1. Then we have x squared. Remember this, guys, it duplicates itself 2 times. It's more like you have m squared minus 1 and m squared minus 1. You can expand, but since you are in grade 12, you know this one, m squared times m squared, we're going to get m raised by 4. Then 2 times m squared is 2m squared times -1 is -2m squared. Then 1, -1 times -1, that's +1. Understand? So we transpose all of this to that side. So I'm going to have, because I can see that m raised by 4 is going to be negative, so I'm going to take this one as my first term here. I'm going to have +2. So this one, guys, is going to cancel this one if we transpose. So then we have minus m to the power 4 equals to x squared. Then it's simple now. We just introduce the square root on both sides. So which means your x is going to be square root of 2m squared minus m to the power 4. So here, guys, we have 2m squared minus m to the power 4. Now we can answer cos 26. So the cos 26, guys, cos is an adjacent over hypotenuse. So we find our adjacent if we're using 26 as a reference angle. So which is a square root of 2m squared minus m to the power 4 over 1, which is the same as square root of 2m squared minus m to the power 4. So then we are done. So it was not going to be a problem if we were looking for cos 66 because we already have the adjacent. But since we are looking for cos 26, it was a must. It was a must that we have to calculate this BC. So understand? So we go to number 3. Number 3, guys, they want a sine 52. Sine 52. So then you need to ask yourself, do we have 52 here? No. But 52, guys, is an even number. It's an even number. So I say 52 divided by 2 is 26. So we get the angle here. So which means 52 now will be our space, our double angle. So I'm going to say sine 52 degrees is equal to sine 2 times 26. This is the double angle, guys, of sine. So it's going to be 2 sine 26 times cos 26. Right? So this is 2. So do we know sine 26? We know, guys, sine 26 is equals to m squared minus 4. Or you can use your diagram. So this is m squared minus 1. Cos 26, guys. Cos 26, guys, we did calculate cos 26 to be this one. So this is square root of 2m minus m to the power 4. Guys, you can leave your answer in this form. Right? So now we go to the last one. They are looking for cos to the power 4. Right? Cos to the power 4 to 13 degrees minus a sine to the power 4 to 13 degrees. Okay, guys. So whenever you are dealing with this trigonometry, you must remember your algebra. So remember, if I have cos x squared minus y squared, this is the difference of two squares. So I can x minus y and the x plus y, right? Then if I have x to the power 4 minus y to the power 4, so which means I can say this is x to the power 2. Remember the powers, guys, here. X times x is x squared. So here I have x to the power 2, y to the power 2, y to the power 2. So the signs are not going to be the same. So this is what we are going to do. This is what we are going to do here. So I'm going to open my brackets, two set of brackets. Then I have cos 13 squared minus sine 13 squared. Okay, let's write here, guys. I don't have enough space there. So it's cos squared 13 degrees minus sine squared 13. And the cos squared 13 plus sine squared 13. So guys, can you see this one? So cos squared plus sine squared, it will always give us 1. Or sine squared plus cos squared will always give us 1. So which means I'm having cos squared 13 minus sine squared 13. This is 1, this side. Right? So guys, anything multiplied by 1 remains the same. So I'm going to be left with cos squared 13 minus sine squared 13. What do you see now? I see the double angle. of what? Of cos. So this is A and then this is A. Understand? So guys, this thing is the same as cos 2 into 13. Remember, your cos squared x minus a sine squared x. So this is the same with this one. So then 2 times 13, that's 26. Guys, this is cos 26 now we're looking for. Remember, we already calculated cos 26 to be this one. So your answer is going to be the same with this one. Square root of 2m minus m to the power 4. So all they want, I guess what they wanted to see here is your factorization and your identity. Right, thank you guys for watching. Please tell us how do you feel about our lessons. So don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe if you didn't subscribe. Tell your friends about our YouTube channel. See you next time.